He never wants to stay. Hey, it's Scotty. So I want to talk about 5 of my favorite guinea pig treats. Now these are things that people don't often think about when they think about guinea pig treats. Most people usually think of veggies when they want to spoil their piggies, but there are a number of kinds of treats that you want to give your piggies that aren't veggies that actually will help their digestion, that's good for them, and that you can't really give them too much of. So let's talk about these 5 healthy guinea pig treats. So the first guinea pig treat, or what I consider to be a treat, are these Oxbow stacks. Now these are compressed Timothy. They're like a puck size compressed Timothy bale. They are not rock hard. They are just regular Timothy hay, but they're pressed down into a round puck shape. What I love about them is a couple things. Number one, I'm allergic to Timothy, so I give my boys orchard grass. Now, that has completely eliminated my allergies to Timothy. There's just something about the orchard grass that's different. So if you suffer from allergies, try that before you have to surrender your guinea pigs or constantly wear masks and just suffer through the cage cleanings. But I also want to supplement my piggies with actual Timothy hay. Now, of course, they have Timothy in their pellets, but this roughage, this kind of Timothy hay is something that I don't want to leave out of their diet completely. So that's why these things are perfect for me. The second reason why I love them is because, say I'm going away all afternoon, or I'm volunteering at the rescue, or maybe I have to stay somewhere overnight, I can toss these into the cage along with the hay that's stuffed in their snack shacks, and what's going to happen is they will peel it off during the day. It just gives them a whole day's worth of hay, and it's compressed, and they actually love it. Now, they really do love orchard grass. I can fill the snack shack, and it's completely gone by the end of the day. But when I put these in, they go right to these and skip the orchard grass. They love this even more. So I definitely recommend these stacks. Having a couple boxes of these in your cupboard is great in an emergency situation. They're great if you have to bring your piggies overnight somewhere and you don't want to bring a big bale of hay or something. They're just really great, but this is regular Timothy. It is not any kind of rock hard compressed. Sometimes you see those cubes. This is not like that. This is just regular Timothy, and I think it's great. In fact, I have them on a subscription, so I get 2 of these every month. I'll have a link in the description as well so that you can get them. And if you click the links to any of these items that I'm mentioning, it does help me and the piggies with no extra cost to you, so I hope you'll consider doing that. The second treat is healthy snackers. These are Timothy-based cookies. Now, I talk about these a lot. I feed them to my piggies in the live streams. I love these things. They smell amazing. They're basically just Timothy and then fruit. So if you look at the ingredients, ground Timothy, hay pellets, oats, pear, blueberry, and apple. So these are actually really good if you want to put a little extra weight on your piggies, but they're not going to make your piggies fat. They're not going to spoil their appetite because it's basically Timothy based. And I think that guinea pigs do need veggies. They do need a certain amount of veggies, and a little bit of fruit in moderation is okay. But this way they get that sweetness and they get the hay, and it still helps wear their teeth down, and it's not going to spoil their appetite. You can give these pretty much as frequently as you want. I love these healthy snackers. Any hay-based cookie is going to be really, really great. It's not going to spoil their appetite. Highly recommend. I actually have a 15% off Small Pet Select link down in the description. It's everything store-wide, and that leads me to my next favorite treat, Foraging Mix. This is a Small Pet Select herbal blend. It is amazing. The piggies love it so much. They can smell all the different ingredients. What I love to ingredients is, what I love to do is I love to sprinkle it on the hay. You can sprinkle it in the pellets and it makes them curious. There's a bunch of different flavors, a bunch of different blends, and this is something that actually promotes them to eat hay, which is 80% of their diet. It's really important that they're eating hay, that they're wearing their teeth down, that they're helping their digestion. BB. So highly recommended. Get some foraging mix. It's really great to have on hand. This one's got dandelion leaf, dandelion root, raspberry leaf, nettle leaf, lemon verbena, chamomile, lemon balm, rosemary, linden leaf, and flowers, and green oat tops. This is something that's going to just get them really excited. They can dig through their hay. You could just put it in a pile, but I like to put it in the hay, on top of the hay, in the pellets and on the pellet bowl. That way they really are encouraged to eat their hay and eat their pellets, and you're spoiling them, but you're not just giving them tons and tons of veggies, which might give them soft poops. Speaking of soft poops, you can actually think of critical care as a treat as well. Lots of piggies really like it. It comes in this apple flavor. It comes in a finer ground papaya flavor. So they call it fine grind because the pieces in there are ground up finer, and when you mix it with water, it's like a smoother kind of consistency. It might be easier for you to slurp it up in a syringe. So that's what I do, is I cut the tip off of a syringe and I give it to them. The reason why this is one of my favorite treats is not only because it's essential to keep in your emergency kit, especially for a piggy that's not eating. Remember, piggies need to constantly eat or they can get GI stasis, or if they have some kind of a stomach issue and they stop eating, you really want to make sure that you have this on hand to give them the vital nutrients that they need. But this has another ingredient. It has a yeast ingredient which has probiotic bacteria in it, much like the Benebac probiotic paste. But this, you get a lot more servings. So if you were to give 1 or 2 syringes every day, or maybe you sit down and you give 10 or 20 syringes once a week or so, this is going to really help your guinea pigs and their gut bacteria. So it's great. It's probably something that you already have on hand, but start thinking about it in terms of a treat. You give it to your piggies occasionally instead of just when there's an emergency, and it's really going to help their gut bacteria. You can experiment with the different flavors like the papaya, and your piggies will actually come to like it. And the more familiar they are with critical care and the more familiar they are with eating through a syringe, when they aren't feeling well, it's going to be second nature to them. So highly recommended. See, you love it. You love it. It's good for you. Dice is on antibiotics because of his tooth root abscess. So in between his antibiotic doses, we give him the probiotics, and it will help prevent any upset stomach. This is a lot cheaper than Benebac. And it has a different probiotic bacteria than Benebac as well. How many can you have? I love you. You're a sweet boy. Look at that face. Look at that. Look at that face. You can have as much as you want, really. But I don't want to spoil your dinner. Good boy. And my last favorite treat is the Piggies Choice Cookies. These come in a bunch of different varieties. This one is chicory, and so it's made with nothing but chicory, but there's a bunch of other different ones that you can try. And It has a very interesting smell, interesting flavor, and my piggies, they do like it. Now, this isn't Timothy, but they do have a bunch of different varieties. So what I like about this is, first of all, Saskia made these. These help benefit the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, so that's reason enough to try them out. But they actually, like with the Timothy-based cookies, these are something that's not going to give your piggies soft poops. It's something that has a different flavor than your regular Timothy-based cookies, and it is just another something to give them a variety, and it's another thing to have in your arsenal of treats instead of just going to another piece of lettuce or a carrot or fruit. Like I said, you want to do all those things in moderation, but these cookies, you can really spoil your piggies with different cookies. I'll have a link to this one, and there are a number of other different varieties. So if you do hit those links, it really does help me, and it helps the piggies, and I'm really grateful for that. So maybe you're not familiar with some of these treats, or you haven't tried them, or you haven't considered trying them in the way that I described. But I've got an entire food playlist, and I go into all aspects of food and diet. I'll put that right here. I hope you dive into it. It's going to help you save time and money and give your guinea pigs the best care. So I can't wait to continue this conversation in the comments. And until next time, thanks for watching.